Is your partner avoiding you? Love is a dynamic narrative where the subtleties in behavior often speak volumes, revealing more than words could ever convey. Understanding these nuances, especially when they hint at avoidance, is crucial in nurturing a healthy, fulfilling relationship. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding if your partner is avoiding you or not. If you are new here, make sure hit subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on the new psychology video. Now, let's start. Number 1. Unusually long response times. You send a simple and sweet message to your partner expecting the usual quick reply that has become a comforting daily routine. But this time, there is no response. Minutes become hours, hours become days. This change from immediate answers to long silences, like a splash of cold water, can be startling and unnerving. When your partner suddenly takes a significant amount of time to respond to texts or calls, it's natural to feel uneasy. This isn't about occasional delays. We all have times when we're busy or our phones are out of reach. It's about a noticeable, consistent shift in their response time. If your partner, who used to be enthusiastic and responsive, is now not regularly texting or answering calls, it could be a sign of avoidance. Number 2. Digital communication may indicate less interest. The ease and convenience of texting and social media have transformed communication. However, when your partner, who once loved face-to-face conversations, now prefers primarily digital methods of communication, it's worth pondering why. This preference for texting, emailing, or sitting down to chat and interact on social media can be another subtle sign of avoidance. Communicating through digital channels creates a layer of separation. It allows a person to control the conversation, decide when and how to respond, and avoid the immediacy and intimacy of real-time interactions. While digital communication has its place and benefits, an over-reliance on it, especially at the expense of in-person conversations, can indicate a reluctance to engage on a deeper, more personal level. Number 3. Frequent cancellations of plans. Life is unpredictable, with countless responsibilities and challenges that come with it. Sometimes, cancellation of plans is unavoidable due to unforeseen circumstances. However, when cancellations become the norm rather than the exception in your relationship, it's time to pause and reflect. Frequent last-minute cancellations by your partner can be a subtle but telling sign of being missed. You've been looking forward to a date night all week, only to receive a text a few hours before apologizing and canceling it. Once or twice, this can lead to misfortune or real problems, but when it starts to form a pattern, it can suggest a reluctance to spend time together. These repeated cancellations can feel like small betrayals, each one eroding the trust and expectations that are critical to nurturing your relationship. Number 4. Overemphasis on social activities. Now let's turn the lens to the social dynamics within your relationship. Enjoy spending time with friends and family, sharing laughs and creating memories. But in a relationship, having that sacred one-on-one time to connect and deepen your bond is equally important. When your partner consistently prefers group activities to spending time alone with you, it can be a very subtle omission. Group activities provide a buffer, a way for your partner to be with you without being completely in the intimate, personal space that couple time requires. In a group, conversations are shared, attention is divided, and opportunities for deeper, more personal interactions are often lost in the socializing mix. While being part of a social circle is healthy and enjoyable, an overemphasis on group activities at the expense of personal time shows a reluctance to interact closely in one-on-one situations. The key here is balance. It's wonderful to be part of a couple that has a vibrant social life, but it's equally important to value and prioritize the moments you spend alone together. These moments are the building blocks of your relationship, where you can be yourself without an audience, navigating conversations in spaces of vulnerability and intimacy that group settings rarely allow. Number 5. Change in body language. Communication in relationships is not just about words, it is also about the unspoken language of the body. Nonverbal cues often tell us more about a person's feelings and intentions than their words. When your partner begins to exhibit changes in their body language, it may indicate discomfort or avoidance. Observe for a moment. Less eye contact than before. Eye contact is a powerful communication tool that symbolizes sincerity, interest, and connection. When someone constantly avoids eye contact, it can indicate that they are trying to distance themselves emotionally. Likewise, you can view their general postures. Closed body language, crossed arms, avoidance of physical contact, or a generally closed posture can be a nonverbal sign of blocking. Observing these subtle changes requires keen observation and sensitivity. It's not about scrutinizing your partner's every move, but about being aware of their overall patterns of nonverbal communication. This shift in body language can be a silent signal that they are withdrawing, creating a physicality of the emotional distance they feel. Number 6. Less engagement in conversations. Conversation is a dance in which both partners are actively involved. It is an offer that requires engagement on both sides. When your partner is less interested in conversations, it shows an emotional distance to your relationship. This inconsistency can manifest itself in a number of ways. They may seem distracted during conversations, not listening or engaging with your words. Instead of sharing ideas and feelings, they may give short, disconnected answers. It is as if they are physically present but mentally and emotionally elsewhere. Number 7. Avoidance of serious discussions. In any relationship, serious discussions about feelings, the future, or important decisions are inevitable. Although sometimes uncomfortable, these conversations strengthen and deepen the bond between partners. Avoiding these discussions can be a subtle way of avoiding the weaknesses and responsibilities of a serious relationship. If your partner constantly withdraws from meaningful conversations or changes the subject when things get serious, it could be a sign of avoidance. This reluctance to engage in deep discussions can stem from a variety of reasons, such as fear of conflict, reluctance to confront certain issues, or uncertainty about the relationship. The importance of these conversations cannot be overstated. They are essential to understanding each other's perspectives, making plans, resolving conflicts, and growing together as a couple. If you notice a pattern of avoidance in these areas, it's critical to address it. You should initiate these conversations, setting a tone of openness and non-judgment. Encourage your partner to express any thoughts and feelings, showing that these discussions are safe spaces for you to share openly and honestly. Number 8. Sudden increase in solo activities. In a healthy relationship, having individual interests and activities is normal and beneficial to both partners. It allows each person to maintain a sense of self and bring freshness to their shared life. However, noticing a sudden and significant increase in your partner's solo activity can be a sign to watch out for. This shift toward more personal space through solo hobbies or outings can signal a longing for distance. It specifically tells whether these activities greatly reduce time spent together or take precedence over previously enjoyed couple activities. Everyone needs time alone, and a sudden or extreme change in this balance may indicate an ulterior motive to avoid interaction with you. Number 9. Lack of planning for a life together. Discussion and planning for the future are fundamental to a committed relationship, a sign that both partners are thinking long-term and see each other as part of their lives. However, this could be a red flag if your partner avoids conversations about plans or is reluctant to make any commitments. This avoidance manifests itself in many ways. They deflect when you bring up topics like traveling together, planning a vacation, or vacation planning. Their reluctance to engage in these conversations may stem from uncertainty about the relationship, fear of commitment, or other underlying issues. The importance of sharing goals in a relationship cannot be overstated. They help ensure that you are both moving in the same direction and committed to a future together. If you sense hesitation from your partner in this area, it's important to address it. Approach the topic with understanding and try to explore their feelings and concerns. This conversation can provide valuable insight into your relationship and help you navigate your way forward together. Number 10. Shift in routine interaction patterns. Relationships often develop rhythms and rituals, those little habits and routines that become an enjoyable part of your daily life. A change in these patterns can be subtle but significant signs of avoidance. It can be anything from no longer having breakfast together in the morning to skipping the nightly routine of talking about your day before bed. Although seemingly small, these moments are the pillars of your everyday relationship. They are constant touch points that tune you into each other's lives. When these patterns change unexpectedly, it can feel like a disruption to the harmony of your relationship, creating a sense of distance and disconnection. Notice these changes in normal interactions. It's normal for routines to evolve, and a sudden or unexplained shift could be your partner's way of creating space. The importance of these small moments lies in their ability to build and maintain a close bond. If you notice such changes, it is worth gently bringing them up in conversation. It shows that you pay attention to and value those small, shared experiences that help keep your relationship strong and connected.